Just a quick notice to join my Discord if you're interested in the development of this game, or you want to become a playtester or a possible translator. The link is in the description. Hello everyone, and welcome back to another Voidless Devlog. This week I worked on UI, and I also made a little bit of music, but I'll work on that more next episode. So first of all, today I would like to explain how I make UI in Monogame, because making things in Monogame is a lot different to most other game engines which have a built-in object system. Here you kind of have to make all of the objects yourself. So I have three main classes dictating how UI works. A UI class, a button class, and a language class. So the UI class is the main one that controls everything. It has a list of buttons. It makes sure they update, it makes sure they draw, and all of that. The button class is separate for every button that I put on the screen. So it has an X and Y position, horizontal speed, vertical speed, acceleration, string index, to which I'll get in a second, and width and height. And finally, the language class takes care of localization. So it first checks all of the language files. It then compiles a list of strings for the names of the different languages, and it also reads the strings from a single language file to use them in-game, for example in the buttons. And in the string class I have an enum which has all of the string indexes. And the reason I made a language class this early on is because, well, just from experience, I know that it's just good practice, because later it will be a bit more difficult to implement it and replace all of the strings and so on. So yeah, let's just get this going, and yeah, it turns out there's something I need to change about the language class. There we go. This is my first main menu. The buttons are too small, I made them bigger in the next edition. But I made a very simple moving camera, and I also don't draw the player when you're in the main menu. So the UI class has an enum of menus as well. So there's a playing menu, a main menu, a settings menu, and all those. Alright, here we go. This time I added a title, which is separately drawn by the main UI class. I also increased the size of the font, and I added a few more things in the main menu. Although in a future update I'll just limit it to play, settings, and exit. I won't be making a tutorial yet. Then the next update was quite big. First of all, I remade the cursor, so now it transitions smoothly between selected, hovering, and just normal. I also made the entire settings menu, which took quite a while, but I did get it working. One thing that I also forgot to mention in a previous devlog, I think, is that there are also keyboard and gamepad controls if you want to use those. So I made the settings for that, and I also made game speed, which basically makes the player move slower and accelerate slower and all of that. Then in the next update I kind of remade the cursor yet again, simply because of some issues of the pixels not being in the correct position, and I also made the pause menu. And inside the pause menu I had the option to generate a new world at a command, and at this point I was pretty much done with everything. Also, a small thing that you might have noticed is that now when you start playing, the game transitions into this blackness and then back out, and that's when the level gets completely regenerated. And the same when you regenerate the world or when you quit back to the main menu. And that's pretty much it. While I was making the settings menu, I got a bit distracted and started fiddling with Ableton Live 10, which I actually got for free from a company called Splice. I'll leave the link in the description. It's available until December, so check it out if you're interested. I never actually used a proper digital audio workstation before. I just made all my music either in FamiTracker or in MuseScore, or previously also in Sibelius. And I must say that after a bit of experimentation, I think it's pretty intuitive, and I made my first semi-track. It's not finished, there's still a bunch of stuff to fix and to expand upon, but I'll just play it here in the background while I'm playing this on full screen. See if you can recognize where the theme is from. Enjoy.